All right, so hopefully this records. If it doesn't, I am done. I'm hot, sweaty, and like, yeah. Okay, so first off, I just want to thank all my subscribers, new subscribers, subscribers who've been with me for the small amount of time that I have been recording stuff. I have been, when I say sick, I have been like really sick. So anyways, I'll touch into that in maybe like another video or something like that. But anyways, I kind of been very feeling very bad. You probably see from the baggage, the extra baggage under my eyes right now. So yeah, so I've just been like, when I say beat and under the weather, that's probably an understatement. So I haven't been on. I've been wanting to like crazy to put on videos, but I just haven't had the energy and wherewithal to do that. I've just been doing good just to get up in the morning and move it along, and stuff like that. So when I do feel better, then I try to, utilize that time, and that's when I generally will do like several videos. So you may see me in the same, shirts or something like that, and it's like, wait a second, did she ever change her clothing? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But typically when I do kind of feel more, physically better, then I try to take advantage of that time, and that's probably why you'll see me in same outfit, because I generally will just film back to back to back to back, and then I'll release the video. So just a little disclaimer for those who are just seeing me for the first time. So let me get right to it. What I wanted to talk to you about was my little review, my little 2 cents worth of review, because I believe opinions are all subjective, of the Black Panther. Okay, I wasn't feeling well, so I could not do a video. I wanted so badly to do a video showing my excitement about, just I couldn't wait to see it. I had wanted to do a video of what I actually wore to Black Panther as well, and I just wasn't feeling good. Like I had enough energy to actually go there and see it, and that was like about all the energy, unfortunately, that I had, so I couldn't do all that. So I'll just do the review. But basically, I'll just kind of take very quickly, like what I wore. I just wore a black, um, this was a black, like skin hugging, because I love black. It's like one of my favorite colors. Black Panther, of course, he's dressed in black. And so I had like it was like a black form fitting dress, and with these cute shoes, heels that had like a cute cheetah type spotted print thing going on. And then I had my, I love these. I've fallen in love with these. Can I sleep in these? Like, I just want to sleep in them. I fell in love with these. Oh my God. And so they also have them in silver, the coil look, and then they also had them in just a sheet, like a sheet of gold or sheet of silver. It's not the coil things. It's like all one solid piece. Although this is all one piece, but it's like, has the coil situation going on. So anyways, I had these. I had my gold, like ring on, and that was it. That was me. While I was there, there was a beautiful woman. She was dressed, she had like a black shirt, similar, just a plain simple black shirt, and then she had but this beautiful African, I say African, but that's so generic. I don't know exactly what print it was, what tribe it represented, or what religious connotation the the fabric had in it, but it was so beautiful. Oh my God. And it just flared out, and she just looked like a regal princess sitting there. It was like, oh, and I as we were leaving the theater, I stopped and said, complimented her on it. So anyways, and I guess, and that's also the spirit of the movie, the spirit of everything, I'm always that person to compliment someone and say, "Oh, that is beautiful what you're wearing," or whatever. But especially seeing that, what she was wearing, and just so effortlessly beautiful. I was like, "Oh my God, that's so beautiful." So, okay, back to the movie. So I've been anticipating it. I'd heard the hype, and you know how it is. Sometimes stuff is so overly hyped that when you get there, it's like basically the preview is the movie. Um, so let me get into it. I'm horrible with names, so please, don't beat me up about names. I'm horrible. I can't remember names to save my life. So I'll just try to, the best way I can. Also, I'm not, disclaimer, I'm not a avid comic book reader. I'm one of those people that I love. I've been introduced to the comics through the movies and actually seeing them. So I don't know all the backstories of everyone and so on and so forth, and which issues and all of that good stuff. I'm just coming in from a movie buff perspective looking. However, I will say that I am really starting to think about really going out and buying the comics and really, studying more into it, because it's just a whole fascinating world. So I may become a comic book, a little bit of a geek before it's all said and done. So let's get to the movie. So basically, it's about, we see Wakanda. We see this, as they call it, the Afro-futuristic type world where all of the vibranium is used to power the whole city, and they use it in their clothing, and it's used just everywhere. I mean, they have the highest state of technology advanced anywhere. Just a wealth of knowledge there, a wealth of tools to be used. And so basically it's about T'Challa. His father passes and he becomes king. I'm just going to highlight some points of it. I'm not going to go over the whole premise. So, again, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert for those who've not seen the movie. Please tune out if you've not seen the movie yet. I'm just going to hit on some points that stood out to me. One of the things that I loved about the movie was the costumes. Hats off to the lady who designed all of the beautiful costumes. It was so beautiful. It was simplistic yet majestic at the same time. So I really, really love the costumes. I love the set. Hats off to the set designers. And of course, I'm sure a good deal of it was CGI, but just the imagination behind it. Some themes that I kind of caught was that, T'Challa seemed to be, more of a traditionalist, traditional African, if you will, history, tradition, so on and so forth. Whereas the anti-hero, the person who played Killmonger, seemed to be, more of, to me, he represented more of the African American experience versus the true, if you will, I guess, African experience is what I took from it. Killmonger, again, spoiler alert, so please tune out. His father was killed by his uncle. And because his father was kind of believing in, he came here on a spy mission to America from Africa, and he saw in his mind, what he saw, he felt was, a lot of black people being mistreated, I guess police brutality, things like that. So he was arming people with this technology, guns and so on and so forth, to help people combat against the, racism or prejudice or whatever. And so we see Killmonger kind of taking that same stance, of wanting to get all the vibranium, I may be saying it wrong, vibranium, and then using that material source to arm all the oppressed people of the world, starting in America with the, I'm assuming to be the African Americans. So what does this mean? It's a comic. It's obviously, this is for entertainment. We go there, we look at a great movie, and yay. But what I also got from it, I just thought it was interesting because I am, for lack of a better word, I'm a person I was born here in the United States. I am, people will label me as being black, or they will say I'm African American. And so my experience is, kind of the culture, if you will, of being an American. My mom and dad are both, if you will, African American. I think, we have ancestry, obviously, well, we have ancestry There is some Caucasian. We also have ancestry of Cherokee Indian. My mom used to know exactly which tribe of Cherokee, not just Cherokee. And she has forgotten. She's forgotten. And so, with that dichotomy, I identify as African American. And that's a whole nother conversation that I'll have in another video as to the makeup of what I am. But basically, I consider myself Black, if you will, or African American, whichever term suits your fancy. So when I saw Killmonger, I'm feeling, I know he was painted, he was supposed to be the anti-hero, but it just touched me when he was saying the stuff he was saying. It was like he came back to claim his throne. He came back, I take it as he came back to connect with the motherland. He came back to take what his birthright, which was rightfully his, which I feel that sometimes as Blacks, or if you will, African Americans, whatever term suit your fancy, there is that disconnect between us and the ancestors of where some of us may come from, and I feel like that longing for him, he wanted to connect. He wanted to connect with his ancestors. When he walked in to claim the throne, uh, he kind of came in disrespectfully, and they were disrespectful, I felt, to him. It was kind of like, get this guy out of here. He's just this hip hop guy, or he's just this, whatever. Who is he? They did not recognize their own people. And then when he shows his identity, it's like, okay, here I am. I've been here all along. I'm you. I'm one of you. And I think it kind of speaks a little bit to, and I don't think if I did think about it, it was always in the back of my mind, but I didn't really ponder it, that, there's this rift, a bigger rift than I ever thought, between the people who were born and raised here of different hues and skin tones, that identifies Black or African American, and the people that are from the continent of Africa, that there may be a disconnect between us. They may not recognize us, and then there's this longing for us to get back to that, if you will, or learn more about them, learn more about where some of our ancestors may be from. And so it's kind of that odd dynamic, African, then African American, or Black, or whatever you want to call. And it's kind of this disconnect, and both trying to come. I felt that I was not supposed to feel sorry for Killmonger at all. I mean, he wanted to get these weapons of mass destruction, if you will, or what he was going to use for mass destruction. He was going to use to put it in the hands of people thinking they could uprise. I have to say, so it's two different viewpoints. You have T'Challa, who in the end realizes that, hey, maybe we should help our brethren. And not only help the brethren, let's help the world. So he goes to the UN at the end, and you see him wanting to offer to help the world, not just only let's just help people of our skin tone or whatever. Let's help everyone. And so I kind of like that viewpoint of how do we enlighten and help each other versus how do we, let's just overthrow everyone and people die. Because I feel like there's good and bad on both sides. So I kind of feel he was a little bit going, Killmonger, I felt, in his view. He had the right intentions. He really wanted to help, but I think it kind of went to an extremist type thing. I don't know if that makes any sense. And at the end, when he died, was I the only one who, I know I should be feeling like not feeling for this guy, but I don't know. I really felt bad. I mean, how did you guys feel when he died? I mean, I know he's supposed to be the anti-hero, and his views were, kind of extremist, there in some ways. But in some ways, he had some points. He had some points. He was trying to connect. He was trying to help. I just feel he was probably going about the wrong way. I was hoping at the end that he could be redeemed, and that he would be put over helping different groups of people and realize there's a better way than just killing everyone off, or resorting to violence before finding the answer. But overall, I'll give it a woohoo, great movie. Some CGI kind of moments I was like, But overall, I really did enjoy it, and I look forward to future ones.